Hello, good afternoon. In just the last few minutes, Trooping the Colour has finished, celebrating the King's official birthday. Thousands of people lined the streets of the Mall in central London to get a glimpse of the royal family. The King travelled with the Queen in an open-top carriage for the ceremony, which showcases the British Army's ceremonial prowess. This year's display was led by the Grenadier Guards, who received new colours from His Majesty, the regiment's Colonel-in-Chief. Well, joining them was the Princess of Wales and her 3 children. The Princess took a leading role in the event as she continues her return to full-time royal duties. Well, my colleague Sarah Campbell is at Buckingham Palace on a glorious day, Sarah.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Trooping the Colour really is the moment when the royals gather en masse to celebrate the King's official birthday, and that photo op moment of the year when the red arrows fly across Buckingham Palace has just happened. All the senior royals made their way onto the Buckingham Palace balcony to watch it happen. The Prince and Princess of Wales were there, of course, with their children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. Clearly, all of them delighted to be there, and what a spectacular sight that is. They were all watched by thousands of people in front of Buckingham Palace, including a small but vocal group of protesters. You may be able to hear and see them just behind me now, anti-monarchy protesters. And it comes at the end of a turbulent year, somewhat, for the royals, largely around Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the King's brother. But this was a day for pomp, for pageantry, in a picture-perfect setting. Kasia.
Sarah, as always, many thanks. Sarah Campbell at Buckingham Palace. Within the last hour, Pakistan says an interim peace deal between the United States and Iran is likely to be finalised within 24 hours. Pakistan has been acting as a mediator in the crisis. Well, following this is our World News correspondent, Joe Inwood. Joe, what more can you tell us?
So we have in some ways been here before. Very positive noises coming from people involved in these mediation process, the attempt to find a way to bring the fighting to an end. But this isn't from the US, this isn't from the Iranians, who we have heard say this before. This is from Shehbaz Sharif, the Pakistani Prime Minister, and he is one of the men leading this mediation. Now, he said that within 24 hours, they expect some sort of deal will be done. This isn't a permanent peace deal. It is something to bring the fighting to an end for 60 more days and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. He says any signing will be done digitally. Now, as I said, we have been here before, and until we see the digital ink on the paper, that is when we will know a deal is done.
Indeed, Joe, as always, many thanks. Joe Inwood. Married at First Sight Australia stars have told BBC News that they felt unsafe and unprotected because their on-screen partners had criminal pasts which they were not told about. The show, also known as MAFS, is a big hit in Australia and is also popular in the UK, where it's shown on Channel 4. Last month, a Panorama investigation revealed allegations that 2 women on the UK version of the show had been raped. The show, MAFS Australia, is made by a different production company, which says it has strong protocols to ensure participant safety. Our culture correspondent, Noor Nanji, reports.
Married at First Sight sees single people agree to marry total strangers after meeting for the first time at their mock weddings. But last month, a Panorama investigation into MAFS UK heard from 2 former cast members who say they were raped by their on-screen partners, and a third who alleged a non-consensual sex act. Their on-screen partners have denied all the allegations against them, while lawyers for the production company CPL say its welfare system is gold standard. All episodes of MAFS UK have been removed from Channel 4's streaming service, but MAFS Australia remains available to watch. Following the Panorama programme, 9 MAFS Australian stars have been speaking to BBC News. They're calling on the show to improve its background checks and to stop allowing individuals with previous convictions on the show. Several men have been allowed on MAFS Australia despite having been convicted of or faced allegations of violence, assault or drug use. Women they were partnered with say they should have been informed. We asked the Australian broadcaster Channel 9 whether the women were told. They didn't answer that specific question, but told us their protocols do not include sharing personal or background information between participants. That's prompted a reaction from one of Australia's leading groups aiming to tackle violence against women.
If a TV production has knowledge of relevant allegations or convictions that call into question somebody's suitability for the program, it must be treated as a serious safeguarding issue and not withheld from the people most at risk.
In a joint statement, Channel 9 and Endemol Shine Australia say they take their obligations in respect of the health, well-being and safety of participants extremely seriously. They said they have strong protocols in place to ensure participants' safety and well-being. There is a structured, multi-stage checking process that every participant must complete and clear. This includes police and criminal history checks in each declared country of residence. Channel 4 said it is not involved in the production of MAFS Australia. It's commissioned a review of welfare on MAFS UK, which is due back later this summer. Noor Nanji, BBC News.
Scotland are counting down the hours to their first World Cup match against Haiti, their first at the finals in nearly 3 decades. The Tartan Army have travelled in their thousands to be close to the action in Boston, as Stephen Godden reports.
Almost 4 months after setting off on a 3,000-mile trek across America, Scotland fan Craig Ferguson arrives in Boston to a hero's welcome. He's raised more than £1 million for a mental health charity. The reception he got, a reflection of the Tartan Army's pent-up excitement.
It's overwhelming, but in the best way possible. There's so many familiar faces, it's a dream come true.
This was the first chance for Scotland fans to gather en masse ahead of the World Cup opener against Haiti. Tens of thousands of supporters are now here, and for some, sightseeing is a good distraction from any pre-match nerves.
Come to Boston, you have to go to Cheers, right?
Have you ever watched Cheers?
No, I've no clue what it is.
You going to watch it now after being here?
Probably no.
No, Scotland!
A sports town is how the people of Boston describe it. But what do they make of their latest visitors?
I like to see them in traditional dresses.
Yeah.
You know, they're, what do you call it?
Kilts.
Kilt.
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 I think it's pretty cool that Boston was able to land Scotland. I mean, I know France is across the way, but, you know, there's a big Irish community here, and it just kind of, Scotland fits the mold.
Cost and logistics mean that for many, being part of Scotland's return to football's biggest stage hasn't been straightforward. Nick MacDonald has flown 30 hours from Perth, Western Australia, to meet old friends from Motherwell.
There was a point I thought, is this worth it?
It's been 27 hours since I was last asleep, and as you can see, a little bit tired.
It was a long journey. I'd just come off obviously a shift, and I thought I'll stay awake, which probably wasn't a good idea at the time. But you know what? Why not? Just do it.
But Scotland don't have the monopoly on passion. Boston is home to a large Haitian population, and for them the World Cup shifts the conversation away from gang violence in Haiti, travel bans and deportations.
After 52 years, it has been a while, so we haven't been in the World Cup since then. So it means a lot with everything that we have been through with like Trump and immigration. I think it's our time to show people what we can do.
In the steamy New England heat, there's plenty of nervous energy to burn as the countdown to kick-off continues. Stephen Godden, BBC News, Boston.
The worlds of sport and entertainment have been recognised in the King's Birthday Honours list. The rugby league star Kevin Sinfield, who's raised millions for charities tackling motor neuron disease, inspired by his late friend Rob Burrow, has been knighted. With more details, here's Lisa Mzimba.
Former rugby star Kevin Sinfield has raised over £11 million for motor neuron disease causes. His inspiration, his friend and teammate Rob Burrow, who died 2 years ago.
I'd have loved to have seen his smile when I'd have told him this news. I just think he'd be so happy. He wanted to make it better for those that came after him, and he's certainly done that and will continue to do that. But yeah, I'd have loved to have seen his smile this morning.
Your Gruffalo granny is coming to stay.
The Gruffalo creator Julia Donaldson receives a damehood, as does Mallory Blackman, writer of the Noughts and Crosses series, both recognised for their contribution to literature. After winning the Women's European Football Championships last summer, 6 Lionesses have been made MBEs. Hannah Hampton, who made crucial saves in the finals penalty shootout, Chloe Kelly, who scored the winning penalty for England, along with Michelle Adjumang, Alessia Russo, Lauren James and Jess Carter. Former footballer Lou Macari has also been made an MBE. He said it was a great honour to be recognised both for his sporting achievements and his charity work for the homeless. While in the world of entertainment, actor and director Dexter Fletcher has been made an OBE, Black Sabbath guitarist Tony Iommi an MBE, the services to music and charity.
We are a bit late.
And Annika Rice also becomes an MBE, the services to charity and broadcasting. The majority of honours go to people not in the public eye. People like Mikey Akers, whose Mikey's Wish Foundation supports people with special educational needs. Sally Hughes and Joe Jones, whose charity Beauty Banks helps people in hygiene poverty. Alice Alton, founder of Prom Alley, which offers free prom dresses and suits to people who otherwise couldn't afford them.
A lot of people question how important it is. A lot of teenagers struggle with all sorts of things like bullying and everything like that. So just to give them that few hours where they can feel confident and like beautiful in their outfits, I think it's really important.
Just a few of those recognised for making a real difference in their communities. Lisa Mazimba, BBC News.
Congratulations to all. The next news here on BBC One is at 5:20. Bye-bye.